Right everyone, this is Optnoob and welcome to my Persona 5 Kamoshida Palace Merciless walkthrough. Now I'm not showing the whole thing, I'm just editing it out to show you all the important bits you need to know about the palace, so it doesn't get too boring for you. Now things you need to know: you want to be level 8 before coming to the palace. If you followed my calendar schedule guide, you should have hit level 8 on the 15th of the Force when you entered the palace to encounter and rescue Anne. Now what you see on screen now, they're things you want to bear in mind. You've got all the shadow weaknesses there, all the ones you encounter, their weaknesses, and before leaving there's some points there that you want to make sure you have completed. Find all will seeds, reach level 12, have at least 40,000 gold, loot all the chests, do not use the soul drops, and capture the first 9 personas shown in the shadow list below. The first 9 on the top left, that is. So you want to be level 8. SP items only use Arginade and the Water of Rebirths, which you should have. You should have a blue band, which I had you buy in the guide. That increases your ice damage and it helps for the savage enemy here. And of course, save often. Save at every save point you reach in case you have any problems. And here we are in Kamoshida Palace. Now to begin with, just make your way through the palace, break all yellow breakables you pass along the way, because you get some nice items in them which will help you later on, and some treasure which you can sell in the airsoft shop, and normally results in about 10,000 or so. Enemies, make sure you ambush them all. Try and kill each shadow you pass, just because it'll allow you to naturally gain a few levels along the way. Do not let enemies ambush you, because especially if you're on Merciless, it will likely result in death. The enemies to begin with here are quite weak. You'll normally be able to get away with just killing them all with your gun. If you do encounter 2 Bicorns or 3 Jack-o'-lanterns at once, you will need to eliminate one of them with a weakness skill likely, and then take out the rest with your gun. But try to conserve SP where you can, but in them instances where I mentioned, you may just have to eliminate one of them with a weakness skill, just so you don't get attacked yourself. Once you reach this room here with the levers you have to pull, make sure you pull the highlighted levers which are highlighted in third eye. If you pull the incorrect lever, you'll get ambushed. And again, if you are Merciless, that likely result in death. Once you reach this room just above the central hall, you'll find a chest with a lock pick. Pick that lock and you'll get a Night Watch armor. You can equip that onto your main character, just increases defense a bit, and there'll be a save point nearby as well. Now after this bit, the enemies will be getting a bit stronger now. There'll be a sort of different tier of enemies. So most of them you'll probably have to eliminate with weakness skills for their weaknesses, especially Agathion. Agathion, they have a lot of health. You shouldn't encounter them too much, they only appear in a small part of the palace. But yeah, Agathion, make sure you eliminate all them with the weaknesses. And any other enemies, if there's only one, you can probably get rid of them with using just your gun. But if there's more than one, you're likely going to have to use a weakness spell, because like I said, they're starting to get a little bit stronger now. Once you reach this part here where you crawl through the vent, you're going to get a new tutorial about making enemies beg for their life. Now good thing about this is it makes it easy to capture personas, because like negotiation, where you have to get certain answers right, and if you pick the wrong answer you fail the negotiation. Begging for life, although in itself it's a little bit random, if you do succeed in getting an enemy to beg for life like so, it will guarantee you'll receive the persona. You will need to select the top option afterwards, lend me your power, so make sure you do select that. If you can get an enemy to beg for their life, it almost guarantees you'll get the persona. With irritable enemies it doesn't work quite as well, but any others, if you're a little bit, well, if you're a few levels above them, it makes it more likely. Just kill all the enemies until there's one left, and then bring that last one, bring his health down till he enters the sort of weakened state, which you can tell by his posture, and then just keep guarding or attacking once with a weak weapon, and that normally gets him to surrender. Once you reach this part where you meet your first really strong savage enemy, don't engage him to begin with because you're very strong. That's a Berith who hits very, very hard. So once you encounter that first savage enemy, come to the nearby save room and then warp to the west building, first floor. Now we've passed the begging for life tutorial, we can now actually use that to capture personas. So now we've warped to the save room, we're just going to capture a Bicorn, a Mandrake from here. You should have a Jack-o'-lantern and a Pixie already, so just keep engaging these enemies until you capture a Mandrake, which is called a Gallows-Flower to begin with, or Bicorn, which is called a dirty two-horned beast to begin with. Just like this, just get them to beg for life like this, and then ask them to lend me your power and you'll capture them. So you want a Mandrake and a Bicorn. Once you've got them, warp to the castle gate via the safe room, and then you want to enter the velvet room.
Do you need something? The inmate finished for now. You'd like to read the compendium? You want to register?
Now first, in the velvet room you want to register any personas, just so you don't lose any experience you have gained with them.
Time for some. Let's execute. What path do you want?
And then what you need to fuse is Saki Matama with a Jack-o'-lantern and a Bicorn.
Not terrible, but not. You okay with this?
And what you want to do before you fuse it, just keep cancelling fuse until magic is the only statistic highlighted. As you can see now on the screen, each of the stats, some are highlighted yellow, and when I back out and go into a fuse screen again, different ones are highlighted. You want to keep doing that until only magic is highlighted. So keep doing that. It shouldn't take long, but just be careful you don't go too fast, otherwise you may cancel when you've actually got the one you want highlighted. So you want magic highlighted only. And there we go, only magic is highlighted, that's what you want. Once only that's highlighted, confirm. It doesn't matter what skill you pick, all we need is Bufu, really, the ice skill, which he has anyway. And what that should do, that should put his magic stat at 9, which will increase his magic damage. And we need that for Berith. So now you've got Saki Matama, you'll equip that persona, and you'll equip the blue band accessory on Joker, which will increase your ice damage by 25%. And what that will do, this savage enemy, you should be able to kill it with 2 weakness hits. This is on Merciless, by the way. Any of the difficulty should be a bit easier, but this is for Merciless. So other allies, you just use normal attack, but Joker will use Bufu. Remember, he's got blue band accessory equipped, and this is Saki Matama. Once you hit the first weakness, cancel out to come back to your character and attack screen, and then hit them with the ice weakness again, Berith, and that should result in his death. And what you'll do now, you'll just complete this next area. What you have to do, you have to find 3 books. So just engage each shadow you pass, kill them, and find all the books. Once you found all the books, you'll have to head into the sort of library, the study area, and you have to put each of the 3 books in the wall. The slave book goes in the book slot near the door, the entrance where you came in. then the Queen book will go in the book slot opposite that one, in the bookcase opposite, and the King book will go in the last remaining book slot. After you've completed that little puzzle and you've got to the next save room, which is in the east building annex, you want to head back up the steps, and then you want to farm that savage enemy Berith until everyone is level 11. You may not get Anne to level 11, but as long as you get Joker to that level and Morgana and Ryu, should be okay. So just keep farming that Berith now, just like you killed him before. Hit him with normal attacks for your allies, and Joker, have him use Bufu twice with Saki Mitama, and that should kill him and not let him get any attacks in. If you do get low on SP, do not use any SP items except for the Arginade and the Water of Rebirth.
With this power. Okay. Ha! Piece of cake. There's a strong-looking one up ahead. I'll reveal your true form.
Now's our chance to strike. Go!
Persona! You're mine.
We're all knocked down.
Serves
That
you
was
right.
incredible, Joker.
Persona!
If you can hit
Go
the weak
down.
point, all enemies defeated. Just what I'd expect from you,
Who's
Joker.
next?
A spectacular victory.
Now once the main character Morgana and Ryu is level 11, you would then want to capture all the personas of the enemies in this area. Don't worry about Berith, but you want to catch Kelpie, Cait Sith, Incubus and Silky. So make sure you've captured all them enemies.
One enemy remaining. This is the last one.
Just like before, kill them all until there's one left, and then bring that last Shadow's health down so he's in a weakened state and he should surrender. Because you're level 11, you're quite a lot of levels above them, so you shouldn't have too much trouble. Once you've leveled to level 11 and captured them personas, you want to come back to the Velvet Room. You want to make sure you've got Jack-o'-lantern and Kelpie, and you want to fuse Obarian. What you want to do, just like you did with Saki Mitama, you want to keep cancelling and fusing again until only strength is highlighted, and you want to make sure you carry the Rakunda skill to him from Jack-o'-lantern. So there we go, I've got only strength highlighted, and carry Rakunda from Jack-o'-lantern, because what that skill does, it decreases an enemy's defense, and we'll need that for the boss and the next sort of mini boss we're about to encounter. So here's our first major mini boss on Kamoshida Palace. Now if you die here, you can restart it, so don't worry too much, but if you do it how I've done it here, you should be able to kill him in 3 turns. So Joker's got a Barbarian equipped.
It's important to guard if you think you're in danger.
So because Joker resists physical with the persona he has, what he's going to do first is decrease his defense, but everyone else will block. Because Heavenly Punisher, this mini boss, he hits very hard, so everyone else needs to block. But because they're main character, he resists physical, he can take the hit. So once it gets back to his turn, just use his gun attack. Have Ryu use his head attack, headshot, and everyone else will attack normally. And you should get him in 3 turns like that. So first of all, Joker uses Rakunda, everyone else blocks, but then when it comes back to Joker, he uses Snap, Ryu uses Headbutt, and everyone else attacks normally. And you should kill him in 3 turns before he gets a chance to attack again, like this. Now once you reach a rooftop, you want to ignore the enemies and use your grapple points to zip to the rooftops above. You should have got a will seed just before the rooftops. It's unmissable, so yeah, you'll get the first will seed just before the rooftop. I'm just showing you this part now because this is going to lead us to the next will seed, the second one, which can be missed quite easily if you don't know where it is. So I'll just show you where that is.
Kamoshida's will slayer.
Yep, here we are, will seed number 2. Just make your way back down afterwards and head back into that window and into the tower. In the central tower, ignore the elevator to begin with, and first reach the first save point in here, just because down that elevator there's going to be a strong enemy down there.
I have something.
So you can head down the elevator now and just make your way down there. There'll be a lever you have to pull. You have to head through the painting. There'll be a lever to the right in a small room, and that will activate the next elevator, which will take you down to mini boss and the final will seed.
Focus.
Here's the mini boss, God and Last Will Seed, Torn King of Desire. Now he has no weaknesses and he'll resist everything apart from physical. You can exploit technicals by using Dormina on him, putting him to sleep. But I find it easier just to use Rakunda, decrease his defense, and then just keep attacking him with physical abilities. Anne can use Tarunda if she's level 11, that will decrease his attack. So yeah, you can either do that, Rakunda, Tarunda, keep attacking physical, or you can try and use sleep with Anne and get technicals on him, physical technicals.
Let's go. Something else.
I'll just point out this chest because it's very easy to miss. Behind them walls there's a small path you can get by, and there's a chest hidden over here. It's not a great item, but I just want to point it out to you in case you want to get all the chests.
You wish to perform an execution.
And that's pretty much it for the first part of the palace, reaching the treasure. Now before you leave the palace, make sure you have a chariot persona, a death persona, and a hero persona. If you're following my guide, you'll need them for the next few days. Now you'll come back to the palace after sending the calling card, and you have to fight the boss. Now what I'm showing on screen now, they're things you need to keep in mind. You're going to have 20,000 gold when you leave, but at least level 12. The shadows I've mentioned there, I've mentioned a few of the normal shadows just because if you do need to farm, they're the ones you want to do, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So you warp to the throne room, that's the last save room we reached, and if you want to farm some level skill, you don't want to waste too much SP, mainly Morgana, he will need the most for the boss, and MC, Joker and Am will need a little bit. But if you do need to farm a few levels, just come out here, this first shadow you reach down these steps, make sure you ambush him, and when you engage him he'll always be an angel, shadow and an archangel or heavenly punisher or a zealous messenger. Zealous messenger is weak to gun, and the archangel is weak to Zeo. You get 36 HP a time, so if you need to farm briefly, just do these, farm these, but just make sure, because you're on 100% security level, as soon as you've defeated them, quickly run back up the steps, head back through that same door, and then come back through and that will respawn him. You need to quickly run away, because as soon as you defeated him, another shadow will appear and it will ambush you. Just like that, you need to quickly get away through that door. So just repeat that until you've leveled it up a bit if you need to, and once you're ready, head to the boss. But like I say, don't waste too much SP because you will need it for the boss. To make sure we're prepped for the boss, everyone's about level 12. You should have a Barbarian equipped persona with Rakunda skill. You'll mainly be using that and Snap. Captain Kid, Ryui, he'll be using Headbutt mainly. Morgana will be mainly using Media, but you also want a Crystal of Lust equipped to him because that will give him a Diorama skill as well. And she will mainly use Tarunda and a normal attack. So once you're ready, head to the treasure and engage your boss. Here we are, Kamoshida. Now to begin with, have Joker cast Rakunda and Anne cast Tarunda. Ryui will always use Headbutt. Morgana will always do normal attack or use Media to heal allies or Diorama if somebody gets really low on HP. Anne will use normal attack when she's not using Tarunda, and you'll basically just keep doing that. Obviously you only need to cast Tarunda or Rakunda when it wears off. It will last for 3 turns. Barbarian does resist physical, so Joker shouldn't take too much damage. Kamoshida only does physical damage. So yeah, Joker will do Snap and will use normal attack, and they will cast their debuffs on the boss when they wear off. Well, you want to do it before it wears off, otherwise he may catch you out. Morgana will just attack until somebody's low on health. You want to make sure nobody drops too far below 100, otherwise you may get in trouble. So just keep all that up. You probably need to do about 500-700 damage, and then Kamoshida will heal himself, at which point you can then attack the trophy of obsession. There we go, the libido boost. He'll always do them double attacks. So now what Joker will do, he'll cast Rakunda on the trophy just to bring its defense down, and we'll make sure to run this on the boss, Kamoshida, because the trophy doesn't attack, but you want to make sure his attack is always decreased to decrease the damage he does to you. And just keep attacking the trophy. just before you have taken all the trophy's health, just make sure you have put a new Tarunda on the boss, because after destroying the trophy it will do a strong attack, like a special attack, and so you want to make sure you brought his attack down just to make sure he doesn't kill anybody. And like I say, make sure you keep everyone's health above 100 if you can, using Morgana to heal. That's it, you've just destroyed the trophy, you've just done all that attack. He's going to do a special attack now, so you need to make sure you block with everybody, and hopefully have decreased his attack like I mentioned earlier, just before you destroy the trophy. So yeah, block with everybody, make sure you don't take too much damage. There we go, 30. It shouldn't do too much damage if you've decreased his attack and everyone blocks. Right, so now Mishima's going to run off, and this new one's going to come in. Now her heavy ability is a weakness to her, so as soon as you get control of this Joker, just have him do snap twice and that should kill her. Now, special order, you can ask a teammate to do it, but if you don't deal enough damage in time, they'll come back down and you've wasted all that time. And the thing is, when you give someone a special order, you only have 3 teammates to fight with, so you're sort of at a small disadvantage. It does help if they do perform it successfully, because it reduces his defense a lot and you do a hell of a lot of damage. But like I say, when someone is going for the treasure, you'll be 1 teammate short. So what I like to do on Merciless, I just cancel that and I just keep attacking. This is the last phase, he's just going to keep doing 1 attack. He has got a lot of health here, so it's a bit more of an endurance battle. But on Merciless, I just like to cancel sending a teammate for the treasure and just keep attacking normally like it was. Joker and Anne doing Rakunda and Tarunda, Morgana healing, and then everyone just attacking normally, apart from Joker and Ryu, which will do headbutts and snap. So yeah, we'll just keep doing this now for probably a few minutes, quite a few minutes. You can try and send someone away like I said, but if you don't do enough damage, he's going to come back down and you're going to waste all that time. And you can't send Anne because she always knocks Anne down. Morgana is your healer, so you don't really want to send her. Only leaves Ryu, and he does a lot of damage just like your main character. So yeah, just ignore sending people if you are Merciless, and just keep doing this. And he's almost done.
Come, ravage them.
That's it. We've got that son of a gun. He's down. So when you fight him, defeat him, you get 600 XP and 14,400 gold. Everyone does want to be level 13 after defeating him. Not everyone, but Joker especially. If Joker is not level 13 after killing your Kamoshida, you want to reload the battle and just farm a bit beforehand. Joker wants to be level 13 after defeating him. And that's pretty much it, guys. Right, hope it helped, and I will see you on the next palace.